Hey, what is up, guys? We are here with the Takeda character breakdown. If you guys haven't seen my character breakdowns, we basically talk about normals, strings, special moves, differences between the characters' variations, just a general game plan. So Takeda is a very interesting character, right? He doesn't have huge, really fast walk speed forward or backwards. His run speed's pretty good. You know, it's not the best, but it's pretty decent. The one thing he does have going for him are his normals. His normals are so far away. They have incredible space, like as you can see here. That's really far. He has an overhead string like that. That goes really far as well. His normals just cover a lot of distance. And he has different, types of normals in different stances. Besides this one, the other two variations have unique normals that we'll get into once we cover them. But you guys can take a look at them for yourself. He has really far range normals though. So that is one of the bonuses he has. Now, when we start looking at these normals, one of the things that's important, you guys see this double overhead? His first universal special move, besides I guess Ronin. Ronin's a little different. He's one of those characters where two of his variations are pretty much the same, but one of them is just pretty wacky. So it's a lot different. So Ronin doesn't have this, but it has something similar. It's his down back one, which is a low kunai. So you can do overhead low like that, and you can throw the kunai, close or far. The EX version of the kunai throws 3 on the ground that you can hold and then explode, or you can make them explode instantly, either one. He also has his flip kick, which is back forward 3 like that. It actually has a name. I just call it flip kick because I'm, simplifying things. And you can do the close version of it. You can do the far version of it. And it's an overhead if it hits. It also has the EX version like that. It does pretty good damage, and the EX version pops him up for a combo. There's that as well. Then he also has the, this is his main B&B like combo move. So when you EX it, you can get a neutral jump punch, stuff like that. Looks like this if you don't EX it, just a knockdown. So that is the main move that he confirms in it to for combos. So those are kind of his universal moves. We are in his Shirai Ryu stance right now. So he has a couple of interesting moves. He has a teleport, which is down back 3. And as you can see there, he kind of holds himself to the ground for a second. If you hold the A button, then you'll wait longer. If you double tap down, you'll cancel the teleport. But if you guys notice in the upper left, my stamina actually depletes if I cancel it. So you lose a bar of stamina to cancel that. So that is something to keep in mind. You can use a fake out like that. There's also the EX version of the teleport, which is a little pop-up and is an overhead low. And then he also has the air version of the teleport. And the EX air version of the teleport's a fake out into an overhead. He also has a, scorpion type spear move like this, where it shoots out, and if it hits, he does a little combo ender. So, you can use that at the end of your combos to end it, and it just, knocks him full screen. EX version of it has a little pop buff. You can teleport and combo, so it looks like that. He has an air version of this spear, which is also a combo ender, and a little pop up if you EX it. So that is Shirai Ryu's basically special moves. It has more ways to combo, and it has this unique spear and teleport stuff. So it's a little bit more like a traditional ninja would play in Mortal Kombat, right? So next we're gonna look at Lasher. Lasher is all about his long range, like spiked blades that come out of his arm. So it's mostly moves utilizing that. You'll also notice that this one and Ronin doesn't have a face mask like his other stance. So the other one, he looks like a Mortal Kombat ninja and he plays like a Mortal Kombat ninja. This one's a little bit different. So first of all, he has a unique normal, which is down forward 1 right there, right? It's called low. I think it's called like low slash or something. It's not actually a low though. It's a mid. It goes really far. It is special cancelable. So there's that. Something to keep in mind. So he gains an additional normal there. He also has a couple of rangy moves. So he has a whip strike. This is a really good anti-air. And the EX version has a little knockdown on it. He has whip assault, which is back forward 2. And this move is really good for combos if you do the EX version of it. Little pop up, jump attacks. Go into a B&B. He also has a low, which is down back 2. So that makes his mix-ups very scary, right? Because he has overhead. So you can do overhead low with that, which, previously you could do overhead or overhead and cancel into the kunai for that as well. So you have additional ways to do it. And then there's the EX low, toss up into a combo. So yeah, that is Lasher. So Lasher is more centered around the mix-ups through footsies and the comboing with that, right? With, this move and everything like that. So yeah, this is like Takeda's combo and more flashy variation. It's more focused on landing stuff from about this range, right? So this is where he plays this stance with his trip and everything. That is the range he wants to control. So that is what Lasher is about. It's really, playing off of his already strong footsie game. So, this is, we saved Ronin for last, and you guys will see why. So if you guys are curious about how you can tell moves are specific to a certain variation, you can see that it has the Ronin signia here, and it's in yellow, right? So he has a couple of unique normals in this version. I think he has a fourth one. Is it down here, or does he not have one? No, it's the strings that are special. So he has this move, right, which is a pretty far rangy move, but his back two, that long overhead from before, gets turned into that, which is now it has an overhead low string attached to it with his plasma sword, because he no longer has his rangy hooks. He still gets to keep this move, but anything that had his grappling hook is kind of gone. He also does not have his kunai tossed. It's been replaced with something else. If you guys want to look at all of the new strings he has, they're all right here. He has a bunch of them. So he has this. There's that move, and there's a couple of different strings in there. But if you go to his special moves, you'll see that he has a bunch of them. He got a bunch of new stuff. And the main one is that he no longer has his kunai, right? So now he has far, medium, and close blade toss. This is just like, if you guys have ever seen Star Wars, you know when they throw their lightsaber and then they call it back to them? It's pretty much the same thing, except for if you EX it, you can combo, you know, gets a little pop up there, so you can go for whatever combo you want. But while it's on the ground, I don't have my blade normals anymore. I have to call it back to me to gain them back. So that is something to keep in mind. He has a new projectile in this version, which is down forward 3. Looks like that. It's really fast. Like, you can just, yeah, you can shoot lots of this thing. And then the EX version is a mid, so it's not a high, so you can't duck it. Then he also has a projectile reflect, like that. The EX version of it, like that. And he has, this move makes me laugh because it's an uppercut, but I want you guys to look at the name because I thought it was pretty clever. Okay. So it's called a Shirai Ryu Ken, you know, like Ryu and Ken, because he does an uppercut. And then this is the EX version of it, just more damage. So, and it launches them higher. So yeah, that is Lasher. So, or that is Ronin, excuse me. So Lasher and his other stance are much more, you know, normal Takeda. Ronin plays way differently. He still has like the rangy kind of normals, but the way this stance plays is much different. It's a little more unique. So if you're more used to the, you know, Lasher and his other stance or other variation, then this one's going to be a little bit harder to pick up on, right? But it's pretty unique, and it's fun to mess around with for sure. So this is a character that if you guys like the mid-range, you know, buttonsies character who have good footsies and stuff like that, as well as mix-ups, I would definitely recommend Takeda. He's really, really fun. He's a very interesting character, and look how cool he looks. Like, he just looks super cool. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed the Takeda character breakdown, and I'll see you guys again soon.